How do we become leaders in our community? How do we bring other people alive into the table of life? We first show up as ourselves, and then we allow other people to get a feel for what it is that's going on. And they might not even understand what we're saying. You might not be understanding what I'm saying right now, but there is a feeling involved, and that feeling is what's most important. Right? That feeling is your grounding. That feeling is your place of solidity that you stand on. And if it feels a little wonky, a little wobbly, well, then that's an opportunity for you to notice when it is to go back into the lab. That's a great opportunity to find a coach, a great opportunity to find someone in your life who is willing to listen to you unbridled, unadulterated, not thinking about their own self, not thinking about their own process, but thinking about you, being a mirror to you and your soul, and allowing you to speak from your truth and your authentic expression. And when you are speaking from your authentic expression, you will see things in a different light, in a different way. And when we see things in a different light, in a different way, we move in a different direction. That's leadership with ourselves. If you want to lead yourself, it is as easy as listening to the piccolo in the orchestra, as easy as paying attention to your GPS, noticing when you're going down the right pathway, noticing when you're going down the same pathway, noticing when there is a hole in the road that is in your pathway and that you have stumbled down every single day for the last 3 years. You have an opportunity to notice that that hole is there now. You may not have had the gifts, the skills, the talents, the whatever it is before today. But I am telling you that you would not be butting up against whatever challenge you are butting up against if you were not prepared to step into that unknown space with full confidence and full awareness, standing in the light of your own glorious being and speaking from. So one big thing that I've learned over the last few months is anything that I say, anything that comes out of my mouth, it's coming from a good place, coming from a good heart. Now, the reason why there hadn't been as many podcasts is because I kind of skipped out on that. I wasn't listening to that part of myself. I wasn't leading from that place within. I was leading from somewhere else. I was leading from my thoughts. Oh, well, they gotta be perfect. I gotta make sure I'm making sense. I gotta make sure people understand what I'm saying, what I'm talking about. No. You get a feel for what someone is talking about and speaking about, but we will never know what that other person is seeing or thinking. So if we never know what somebody else is seeing or thinking, right? Well, that means that everything that we're seeing and thinking about whatever they're seeing and thinking is not actually what they're seeing or thinking. So if we want to lead other people who don't see and think the way we see and think, first we find clarity in our own life. We see the vision, we see the goal, we see where we want to go, and then we start climbing up the mountain. And if we're climbing up the mountain, other people can't help us get up the mountain, unfortunately, but we can have other people drag us down. That can happen. But in the context of leadership, it's no longer about forcing those other people up the mountain, but helping them get the proper tools to find the proper grounding in their own life. Now, I'm reminded of the story in the Bible about the seed that was spread, right? And that seed was spread on different types of ground, right? Barren ground, ground that was shallow, ground that was deep. Sometimes the sun burned up the seed. Sometimes the birds came and got the seed. Sometimes the seed grew. And sometimes that seed grew 50%, and sometimes that seed grew 100%. We don't know when we're sprinkling our seeds of well-being, our seeds of success and positivity and love. We don't know where those seeds are going. But if you stop sowing those seeds, you will have nothing to reap when it is time to reap. So keep being yourself, exploring yourself, finding what it means to lead yourself. But first and foremost, just know that what you're thinking is not who you are. But there is a band on your consciousness that is coming from somewhere else. And if you have not experienced it, take a moment, slow down, be with yourself. If you're driving, don't do it there. Find somewhere safe to do this. and experience what it means to be with yourself. Sit there and in the quietness, allow the ticker tape of your mind to ticker tape and flow and go and go and go. But that moment that something rises up from deeper within, you will know. You won't think, you will know. And what you know is what you get to keep. And what you get to keep will stay with you on your mountain.